order with not quite as exciting, hopefully, a meeting. Well, not hopefully, but not quite as exciting an agenda as we had last time. Does anyone have any addendums or corrections to the agenda that they'd like to make? Okay. Any disclosures of pecuniary interest under the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act? I don't see any. And then we can move by consensus to adopt approval of and adoption of the minutes from the last meeting of February 15th, 2022. And I think, Devlin, we were going to make one correction just to the those in attendance.
Yes, just to amend that Nancy was absent.
Okay. Yeah, because I think Nancy had left the committee by then, hadn't she? Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. So other than that, that correction, by consensus, then we can approve the minutes from the last meeting. Thank you. Okay, so that brings us to delegations. I think we were supposed to have Beverly. Is Beverly out there?
We are. She's joining as we speak.
Oh, okay, great. Hi, Beverly.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm okay.
Good. Good to have you back with us.
So is this my turn now?
Yeah, we just moved through the adoption of the minutes, and we're now at your part of the presentation.
Okay.
And so when you're ready,
Thank you.
take a few minutes to get settled in there if you need to, but otherwise, yeah, you have the floor.
Oh, thank you. Can you hear me all right?
I think so, if everybody turns their volume up. Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes, I'm ready. I think that Devlin has something to put up on the board. The communication from Senator Black.
I'm assuming you can't see it, so just give me a minute to get it open again.
Okay. Anyway, in the meantime, I can say that to thank you for the award that you've given me for education in this area. And I'm posting the letter from Senator Black. I think it's really very nice that he acknowledges and compliments what you have identified. And from what I hear of people who know him, he is very supportive of heritage. I know several people who know him personally, and I think it's great that on the federal level we have a senator who is conscious of what's going on in our community here. So I hope you can see that.
Yeah, we can see it, Beverly.
Okay, that's good. I have felt that many people really, we have a very caring community, but often they don't know how to engage with their concerns. And certainly people are very concerned in keeping the quality of life here. And a lot of the quality of life depends on heritage as well as engagement in social areas, etc. I wanted to bring to your attention something that has come to me just actually in the last few days, which is the community engagement framework from the township of Guelph. It has really astounded me that they have thought through and have a whole document as to how to engage the community. Because I believe, the ACO does what it can, but of course, Heritage Center Wellington has an education section to it. And I think there is quite a large responsibility on the township itself to educate the population. Because I think in the type of democracy we have now, we don't only vote for councillors to represent us. This is proportional representation. And we have to learn how to use proportional representation. And that means engagement of citizens. And we have to educate citizens how to engage themselves. And I think this is a great weakness at the moment. This community engagement framework developed by the CAO in Guelph and in many other communities establishes new channels of communication between the township and the community it serves. It ensures stakeholders have a voice at appropriate times in the decision-making, and it builds trust. And I think appropriate times is the key thing, because people are often too late in expressing their concerns, and they have to know when to express their concerns so they can be effective. And this ensures that stakeholders have a voice at appropriate times. There's, I would say, growing public expectancy around transparency and accountability but there is a role for education, not only through groups like ACO, but through the township as well. So, for instance, like we need to include taxpayers and stakeholders in pre-consultations, early pre-consultations with developers, etc. So I'd just like to finish by saying that the ACO, of which I'm the representative, is going to be holding we're just developing a meeting right now at the beginning of May with concerning the housing crisis and with heritage. I think this is really the paramount question at the moment. And I don't see that the township is bringing this forward. But we hope to have the type of meeting where citizens can actually stand up and talk to each other, not just be informed or inform the township, but let the citizens have the microphone for quite a while and interact, so we know what the thinking is generally on this subject. And we're hoping to do that at the beginning of May with numbers of the candidates for the political scene, which will change in June. So thank you very much. This is my passion is education to keep the quality of life that we have here. I think I saw the small towns, I'm from Quebec originally, but I met the small towns of Ontario when I married my husband, who was from Galt. And Galt was a very beautiful small village when I first saw it. And so were many of the towns in southern Ontario, but many of them have been compromised by unharmonious architecture, etc. And we have something that everyone is trying to, everyone longs for, and it's here, and we have to protect it. And you are the people who have a strong voice in protecting the quality of life that we have here. So thanks to you all for your award for me doing my simple thing.
You're very welcome, Beverly, and thank you for sharing your letter of congratulations from Senator Black. It's a very important acknowledgement of your of the award. If you're just a little bit more patient, we'll actually have the award to you. The certificate, yeah, it's coming. We've had a bit of a supply chain issue with our frames. So I think in the next week or two, you can expect to actually receive the certificate, the frame certificate in person. I think we'll make arrangements. We'll get in touch and just make sure that we can set up a time when we can deliver it to you. So thank you for being here. I don't know if any members of the committee would like to say anything. I see Don's got his hand up, so we've got time. Go ahead, Don.
Yeah, and Beverly, congratulations from all of us. It was a well-deserved reward. I had a couple of questions. Can you keep us posted on that May date when you get it in place so that we can, some of our members might be able to attend? I certainly know that we'd be interested.
Yeah.
And the second question was about your survey. Have you got your results back from your survey? That
We do have the results. The survey has been closed.
Yeah.
And, we will be posting the results. It's interesting. It does reflect that people don't really have the information that they really need, and that's partly why I'm speaking to you tonight. Is that the communication of there seems to be a kind of a lack of communication, even though there's a way. Of course, the Township of Centre Wellington webpage, etc. But there seems to be something more that's actually needed. I mean, I hear that in Guelph that some of the councillors actually hold their own town meetings of in their ward, and they consult with people in the ward. And this is, I even with the years that I have engaged, this is a surprise to me, because I've never heard, we don't have enough personal conversations where we can ask our questions and educate ourselves, because there is the whole legislative framework, which people don't really know too much about and how to engage. So yeah, thank you for your question.
Yeah, and could you pass on that information when you do get the survey results? We'd be very interested, because
okay,
a lot of it was about what's going on in Centre Wellington. We really appreciate the work that your conservatory put into it and in collecting that data. So
okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Any other comments for Beverly? before we wrap this up? Okay, well, thank you again, Beverly, for being here. I think we're looking forward as a committee to getting back to some of our in-person activities that we used to do in various different venues before the pandemic, which part of that was part of our own education process. And I know we had various display booths and so on at different events, public events, the home show, for instance. And I know we always got a lot of input, and we were able to do a lot of interaction with the community that way. And we got I know we had a map that we were developing that the community had helped with at the one event. So hopefully as we get back into these in-person events, then we'll start to be able to reconnect with the community.
Yes, I would say, like, we need to also think carefully about youth being involved here. I mean, look at the number of people who have come back to our community with their children because they feel that, they lived in other bigger places, etc., but they've come here because they feel the value of growing up in such a community. And so we need to take that energy, the youthful energy, and that will also form a transition of energy towards the conservation of heritage.
Very true. Yes, good comments there for sure, Beverly. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much for being here this evening.
Okay.
And we'll look forward to seeing you perhaps in May. Okay, a couple people flashed on and off the screen here. I think we're moving now to our consideration of reports, 7.1 partial demolition for the rear addition of the listed property, 209 Smith Street in Elora. And I believe we have a representative here. Is this the owner, Evelyn?
Yes, I believe so.
Can you see me?
Hi, Elmo.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. We don't have the video yet.
Okay, I'm.
Might just be a button there you have to select.
Um,
The lower left corner.
yeah, okay, there we go. Hello.
Yes, hi. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Elmo. My name's Philip Brown. I'm the chair of Heritage Center Wellington. And so we're just taking a look at your partial demolition you're requesting. So if you have a presentation or you wanted to give us a little summary of what it is you'd like to have us consider this evening, go ahead. You have the floor.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so basically what I'm looking to do is demolish an existing, it's a, I don't know, shed, which covers the side entrance to the home. And it also covers, basically would be a primary entryway, like an exterior entryway into the basement.
Okay,
Yeah,
and I should just say,
inside the house.
Elmo, I should just say we actually have the drawings and the photographs on our agenda, so we can see what you're talking about as well.
Okay, great. Yeah, so basically I want to demolish that structure, that addition, and rebuild slightly bigger so that I can have a main floor washroom and laundry facility. And primarily the reason for the demolition is that it's, built to, 1910 or whatever standards. The structure is not even, it's not sitting on footings, foundation. I think it's just sitting on the ground, and it's slowly sinking away, and it is pulling away from the house. if you look at it closely on the inside, it's basically it.
Okay, yeah, I think that was, we had a nice set of drawings and some photographs. Any questions for Elmo from the committee? Okay, I think we deal with this on a fairly regular basis. And being that there's no questions from the committee, I think we'll just move straight to the question then, which is that a motion concerning Heritage Center Wellington not opposing demolition of this structure that you've this addition that's attached to your house. And so Devlin, do you have a motion that you can read, and then we'll look for a.
I do. That Heritage Center Wellington does not oppose the demolition of the rear addition at listed property 209 Smith Street, Elora.
Do we have a mover for that? Nico?
I just wanted to ask for some clarification.
Well, why don't we, do you want to move the motion and then and second it, and then we can get some
Sure,
clarification?
I can move the
Okay.
motion.
Just to keep us, okay. So you're the mover and the seconder, Kirk? Okay. So go ahead, Nico, with your question now on the motion.
It was just
Sorry,
in
demolition.
it was just in the wording of the motion.
Sure.
Are we talking, just so there's no confusion, we're talking about the wood sort of lean-to portion of the back of the home. We're not talking about the bricked portion of the home. Is that correct? I just want to make sure that we're clear about just exactly what's being demolished.
I believe so. Is that correct, Elmo? That we're just talking about the wood kind of lean-to against the brick portion?
Yes, that's exactly correct.
Yeah.
So I just wondered if the motion could reflect that.
Yeah, I can add that in for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kirk?
Thanks, Philip. The artist rendering shows a gray exterior, right? You have no intention of changing any exterior. It's just, and the new piece that you're adding on will match the original brick, or is that the plan?
Well,
think-
no, it's not to be bricked, no.
No,
Okay.
it's
It'll be siding.
it's in the agenda, Kirk.
Well,
You're speaking about the tone difference, I think, from the red brick to kind of, it looks like gray in the drawings is what I think you're referring to, right, Kirk? Yeah.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
I haven't, I haven't established what color I'm going to use at the moment.
That's you're using a board and batten type siding?
Yes, vertical.
I just think that the only thing is, I think what Kirk's getting at is the drawing seems to show a gray house as opposed to a red brick house. Is that, you're not changing the color of the house at all, I think is what we're saying.
No, I'm not changing the color of the house, no.
So that's just the artist rendering that it shows us.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right, okay. Is that right, Kirk? I think that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was asking about, Don.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although I do kind of like that grayish green. I may go with that. I haven't quite decided yet, but I do kind of like that.
Yeah, like on the addition.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And again, we're just worried about the demolition part. We
Yeah.
don't have any say on the actual color.
Okay.
I don't believe. I think Mariana can confirm that, but we're just concerned with the demolition at this point. Yeah.
Did we reword it then, Devlin?
So I just added to the motion that we'd already moved. And I just indicated that it was the rear wooden addition
Yeah.
of the property.
Okay, do you want to if there's no other questions, do you want to go ahead and read the
That
motion
Heritage
as
Center
amended?
Wellington, oh, sorry, Phil. That Heritage Center Wellington does not oppose the demolition of the rear wooden addition at listed property 209 Smith Street, Elora.
Okay, and all in favor of the motion? Opposed? Okay, that motion's carried. So thank you, Elmo. I think if you are in touch with Mariana in the next few days, she can fill you in on, well, she can let you know now what the process is, but I think this has to go now to council so that they can approve the demolition.
That's right. It will go to council on April 25th. And then I will provide an update as to the decision at council.
Did you hear that okay, Elmo?
Okay, yes, so April 25th, there will be a decision made then?
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Our recommendation is to allow the demolition, and then council will receive our recommendation and then make a decision.
Very good.
Great. Well, good luck with your project,
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
and you're welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you all. Okay, good night.
Night. Okay, we're up to subcommittee reports. Public relations, education. Christine is not here this evening. I don't know if there's anything. Anybody has anything, Mariana, for us on that?
We don't have anything specific that we've done in the last month since the Heritage Awards. We will be setting up a meeting very shortly, and also our student intern, Kayla, will be assisting us with some projects. So we have a few projects that we've discussed in the past that we're going to restart now with tourism, talking about walking tours, gathering information. So we will schedule a meeting probably within the next week or so, and then we'll have an update at the next meeting on the activities of the subcommittee.
Something that came to mind earlier today, I'm not sure, maybe it was after we had our conversation, Mariana, was that we've still got our list of contractors that we were working on. And I was wondering if that's something Kayla could help us sort of bridge the technology gap to get that perhaps in some form that could be accessible to the public.
We can discuss that, sure. Her position is funded through the CHL study.
Oh, okay.
So, and rural register, so that project, the balance of funds that are left in that project. So that's why she's helping us with the rural register, the bridge list, and
Lots
those
of,
specific projects. So if there's some ability for her to fit that in, yes, but her primary task will be on the other
Okay.
projects.
well, we certainly got lots for her to do.
But we also, just so you're aware, we also have received some requests for other student interns over the summer. So I could, there's some potential projects that we could get them to work on as well.
Yeah. Okay,
So
great.
yeah, we should make a list, develop a list of projects.
Okay. I know you're busy, so. So the designation properties subcommittee, Aaron's not here. Was there anyone else from that committee who wanted to say anything? I'm not sure who would.
I
Are
can
you on that
provide a
committee,
brief
Sherry?
update.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Just because we've had some communication over the last few weeks. So we are working on a few designation bylaws for some properties, some drafts. And when we're ready, we'll bring those to the committee, and then we can provide some, we can have some discussion about some formal recommendations that would go to council.
Okay, great. Thank you. And I can give a bit of information. The Municipal Register Subcommittee, Don, Nico, and Mariana and I met last week in person, and we were able to go through quite a few of the rural properties, and we're going to continue. We've got, I think, 4 or 5 meetings planned for the next couple of months, so that hopefully by the end of the term of this committee, we might have a completed list perhaps it can be taken to council next year. I assume that's probably our timeline for that, so. Okay, great. And the bridge subcommittee, I know Christina's, any comments or any updates on that?
Yeah, a little bit of an update. We have been working with Kayla also. She's done some work with us about collecting information on bridges. She's done a fantastic job so far in a very short amount of time. I think 2 hours of work, and it was an incredible amount. So we really appreciate the work that she's been doing. The other is that we've been focusing on 24WG. You guys maybe remember that one. We chose for commemoration the arch, I think, on it. We went through that. So we're working on the wording of the plaque.
Oh, great. Okay.
So
That's that was the larger of the two. We did 4WG. So 24 is the bigger one. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Much longer one. And that was the one where we got a newer design. I think we decided in the last minute on that we approved.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we're looking at the plaque and that, and we're also kind of loosely discussing standardizing where plaques will always be, like left side, right side, whatever it might be. So something like that.
Okay.
Yep. So that's about it for update. But you'll see that probably the next meeting. I think we might be at that point to show you the wording.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I can actually send it. The infrastructure was asking for the wording, and so we developed based on the template that we used previously for the Bainbridge. So I can send that, and that was 4WG, I think. So I can send that to the committee actually just after this meeting.
Okay, great.
4WG or 24WG? Which one?
The previous one was 4WG that we had sort of
Right, that we
used
used
similar
as a
wording.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you're correcting me on this one. It is 24WG.
It is
right?
24.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, great. So that brings us to our information items, the Healthy Growth Advisory Committee update from Nico. Do you have anything?
No, nothing really from a strictly heritage perspective. We did have two people come to the last Healthy Growth Committee to talk about creating an age-friendly community. Subcommittees, the only thing to report there, I think at this point, is the Policy and Zoning Subcommittee. And Mariana can probably expand on this if she so wishes, but my understanding is at this point we're working on a draft zoning amendment for the highway commercial. And I presume that hopefully we'll be moving to the next step, which would be the working on the development permit system. Other than that, that's about it from Healthy Growth.
Okay, thank you for the update. I really like in the last few months, we've talked about adding to our subcommittee and our information items. And I think having the Bridge Subcommittee and the Healthy Growth Advisory Committee on there is working out well. And it's I just think it was a good addition that was suggested. So thank you. So that brings us to our final information item, which is the next meeting. I'm showing May the 10th. And I believe the plan right now is that meeting will be in person at the municipal.
Hopefully we'll be in person.
Yeah. Is there, will you confirm that, or do we just proceed on that?
We can assume it right now, but I'll confirm it closer to the date just in case.
Okay. So. And yeah, so thank you very much, folks. That completes the agenda items. Sorry, I see Sherry, and I don't know. Go ahead, Sherry. Just yeah.
Yep. I just noticed that on the agenda for February 15th that I was present, but I wasn't actually present.
Oh, you were here in spirit. That's what we were thinking of.
I wasn't actually attending.
All right. I think I see a thumbs up from Devlin, so he'll make that correction as well. But thank you for being here tonight. And we'll look forward to maybe having Nanette back with us as well next month. So that'll be great. Okay, well, thank you, everyone, for this evening. It's a short, efficient meeting. I know you'll enjoy the rest of the evening with the sun's out. And we'll look forward to seeing you either at our subcommittees or next month. So with that, I adjourn the meeting.